Kal Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brotherhood out there, teaching the truth and sincerity and catching hell all of them days we doing it and believing in it. Having great faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Hebrews 13:4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers Yahweh will judge. Keep your intentions clean, guys. Keep those intentions clean. You gotta have clean intentions. You gotta have clean ass intentions, man. Clean intentions. Let me explain what I mean. There's a thing, I did a video on it. It's called shame paralysis. Shame paralysis. Yes, get acquainted with that. Let me give you a little situation. And it it's all based on how you react to a situation. Let's say a man and a woman are married, and the man, this is a disgusting scenario, so prepare yourself. And a man is caught in the bed, the marriage chamber, defiling that bed with another man. At first, I don't know how to explain it. I would never have a man and look at that man as a sex partner. And also, I would never just have sex with a woman. I would tell her straight up, look, bitch, I want to say those with those terms of endearment. I'll say, look, woman, I ain't for playing no fucking games. I'm still young enough to have babies. I'm a good man. I preach the Bible and the truth of it and everything that entails in the truth. I got a good job and I intend to marry you before I spill in you. And I probably wouldn't even get none. Shit, we're living in a fucked up world, man. Me being innocent and honest in my own mind under Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, feeling the guilt, I would say that. And I would let my current wife know, look, I haven't done anything, but I think this woman's so fantastic. And I already had a talk with my woman about 2 wives. Man, she cried and whoop-de-woo. But the message was said, right? But I would still be the bad guy, and there would be no shame paralysis though. None. Because there's nothing for me to be ashamed of. Because I opened up, I was honest about the situation, and I came correct. As a man of the Lord would be. And should be. And needs to be. However, let's go back to that story. Man is poking a man. And the woman doesn't suffer shame paralysis. The woman would be upset. Right? The woman would be so upset. And then she would tell. And then the rumors would get out. Now, that is when the shame paralysis takes in effect. So, here we have it, that the shame paralysis makes that man, which did that and knows he did it willingly, reject any common sense and start fighting based upon the shame that person is feeling. That is what's called shame paralysis. Shame paralysis is bad. But what is good about shame paralysis? Well, we know that once you feel it, you got to deal with it. And it happens with the truth a lot. We don't take this into consideration because we're not how these Edomites would say doctors and shit like that of psychiatry or whatever. But we do Look it. Don't do anything if you're gonna be ashamed of it. I seen my friend's baby daughter, and I told the mother in front of all the women in my office, hey, I just gotta say this. Your baby is so freaking cute. I almost died. She's so damn cute. I can't believe she's walking already. I had a real moment. Why the fuck not wouldn't you say something like that? Babies are cute. Right? I think so. If you were to ever see a baby, if you're, you know, in a position where your woman's having a baby, or you already had a baby, you know that there's something inside of you cannot be ashamed of. Something inside of you that wants to hold those babies and to give that baby back to its mother or your wife, right? But that's the thing. And our beautiful Lord and Master is putting us through so many different situations that it's much more appropriate for you to come to terms with what you're feeling. Come to terms with what you are feeling. Only then and then only will you understand what it is to be a man. You gotta have those feelings, man. You gotta have those feelings. Oh, that baby's so goddamn cute. Oh. Let me tell you about the opposite feeling. Hate. Okay? I was at the fucking feed store, and I don't even know if he was a fucking homo, but this Edomite, okay, I put a 20 pound bag of cat food under a 50-pound bag of chicken feed. You know, y'all know I raised chickens. I'm a chicken man. Ain't no shame in it. I'm a chicken man. But this fucking maricon, he was like, I actually can't lift that. So in my head, I looked at him and I was like, motherfucker, you mean to tell me you ain't gonna do your job? So I just ignored him. And this fucking coño put the fucking 50-pound bag on the floor, and he made me pick it up. I was mad, and I even grabbed it with my weak hand, on my left hand, a 50-pound bag, and I picked it all the way up and put it on that fucking cart. I wanted to kill that motherfucker. Yeah. Why? Because he was an Edomite, because he was weak, and he treated me like an inferior person. He didn't want to do his fucking job, and I said to myself, if this was a kingdom, he'd be fucking bleeding brains out of his motherfucking forehead. He'd be bleeding and making me want to fucking stomp him out with all his cries and blood. You know? There's got to be a balance in this situation, which is called man. A Hebrew Israelite man. There has to be a balance, man. You got to have that fucking hate, and you got to be able to turn it off, and you got to be able to turn it on. There's no such thing as controlling it. It's about when you need it. And then, you know how men think, that homosexual went outside. I don't even know. I thought, me personally as a man, I thought he was looking for me. I was like, man, I'll fucking kill that motherfucker right now. I have a special set of skills that I can employ and deploy whenever need be. The Wada Yahal Bashim Hawashai, for me wanting to be such a martial artist in my youth when I didn't serve you, Master. The Wada. So all that knowledge is ingrained. So what I'm trying to say to you is, water is soft, but it can break rocks. For us, we gotta be like water. But what's the part of our body that needs to be like water? Our mind. In the mind, you need to be like water. Not in your body. In your body, you need to be like steel. In your mind, you got to be like water, malleable. Look up that word, malleable. You can't be a real man unless you know how to love and hate. unless you know how to be sad and be happy. Man. Hebrews 13:5. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he hath said, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee. So you don't have nothing to be ashamed of, man. You're going out preaching and prophesying the truth. There is no shame in that, man. Nothing but glory. All the heavenly glory. 13:6. So that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brotherhood out there, teaching the truth and sincerity in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The water.